Welcome back to Hollow Knight with Brian. We are here in the Stag Station over on the left side of Green Path, and I'd left myself here because last time I wanted to explore further past the room to the left where we fought Hornet. And so let's head over that way to start, and we'll go exploring some new directions that we haven't yet traveled and see what we can manage to find. I was looking at the controller, like I've already played through this game once, and there's actually a button on the controller that is mapped to... Alright, this is where we fought Hornet and got the Mothwing Cloak that allows us to dash. And over here... Okay, I guess I did at least go this far, because there's some geo that's disappearing over there that I see. But over here I don't think I've gone to yet. Yeah, here I'm off of the part that I've mapped. There's actually a button on the controller that is mapped to my shooty spell. It's called Vengeful Spirit. I can't even think of the name of it right now. Recall we got the Hunter's Journal, so we have the Bestiary. There's all the charms that we currently have. And Vengeful Spirit, yes. You can either tap Y, which is the same button that you use to focus your soul when you're trying to heal. The Lake of Un. Ooh, and there's a guy out there. Or there's another button on the controller that's specifically for casting Vengeful Spirit. And look who's here. This is someone we've seen before. It's Quirrell. Oh, hello there. Seems we both tread far from the path. I can hardly believe those dusty old highways led to such a lush and lively place. This building suggests some form of worship, though its idol has clearly been long forgotten. Doubles equally well for a moment's respite. Do you have anything else to say? I saw a strange fellow out there. He seemed quite taken by the lake. I just saw him a moment ago as well. I planned to offer greetings, though I figured I'd first tend to my nail on a chance that our meeting goes poorly. All right. Your nail looks like a fine instrument, but it's showing signs of wear. I'd wager up there it would take you far. That's a little bit awkward phrase, in my opinion. I'd wager up there it would take you far. Down here, oh, I get it. Down here, however, I suspect you'll soon meet dangers the surface can't match. Indeed. This guy over to the left is a more difficult monster. Hallownest is perfect for vigilant explorers like us, so tense and thrilling. In this place, you're either alert or you're dead. Actually, one of the things I do like about this game is that there are moments of space where you can kind of like rest and recompose yourself for the most part. It's usually the case that you can kind of like peel off enemies one or two at a time on many screens. And so that's something worth thinking of. If I look in the background here, it looks like there's some kind of like giant snail-like dude with kind of big, I don't know, do you call it like horns on a snail? I don't even know. Alright, and now the conversation options are just repeating. Okay, well we managed to rest here, which means we'd be able to respawn there. So that gives me great confidence to go and try to fight this guy. Ha! Alright. And, right. After he swings once... Oops, darn it. There will be a moment that I can dodge his attack. Okay. Right. He can do that as well. There we go. And get in a shot. Okay, that's what I need to do. Ouch. And how many more shots are you going to take? There we go. Oops. Oh no! I'm pretty sure that's going to reset his health. I accidentally pressed up while I was in front of the doorway. That did not occur to me as a possible outcome during this battle. One thing I find pretty much... I've used a few different controllers with the various video games I've played on the computer. Always just, you know, like whatever is a cheap controller that can like emulate being an Xbox controller or whatever things that various PC games are going to expect. Alright, I kind of just face tanked him there at the end, but we managed to kill him. I find that even with a D-pad or whatever, I tend to accidentally press up or down when I'm just trying to press left or right. I guess they do make controllers that have like 4 separate buttons that are kind of next to each other in a cross kind of formation in order to control things, and I wonder if I would have more success with those types of controllers in terms of being able to move around. In any case, rather than talk about blaming the controller, alright, so we found a temple over here at the Lake of Un. We met Squirrel once again. We got a chance to rest. But it seems like that might be all that we have over here. And so the next place I probably want to go at the bottom right over here in Green Path. There are some directions that we haven't yet explored. So I'm going to try to make my way over there and we'll explore them next. Okay, I've made my way across Green Path. I just rested at the bench that's to the right of us. But from here, there's a variety of ways that we can go. Down kind of takes us the most distance away from where we've been before. Yikes, these guys are shooting at me. I forget. I want to kill these guys. Yeah, they go and they try to hide whenever you get close, and so they can be difficult to get a swipe at. So I think for the moment, I'll just try to ignore those guys. Let's see, we need to be careful around here to avoid the acid. I think I can just dash across here, like that. And it looks like down this way there's a sign pointing towards something. And all of a sudden, it seems like we're getting into a bit of a change of environment down here. So what will we find? Fog Canyon is a new area. If I try to look at the map, I don't have a map for this area. New journal entry. So each time you kill a new monster, recall last time we got the Hunter's Journal, which is kind of a type of bestiary that keeps track of all the monsters that you've encountered. And so in this case, we just fought an Ouma. Smallest jelly form, passive and unaware, but pulsing with dangerous electric charge. Defeat 20 more to decipher the Hunter's notes. I'm not going to pull up every monster that we encounter, but I just kind of want to point out that the feature is there. Now these guys, I happen to know, basically will bounce off the wall and then come flying back at you. And so they can be very dangerous, the big guys, so be careful. Sometimes it can be better simply to avoid them, rather than to go and fight those guys. And so I'm going to do that. There's another exit out of this room down here. But for the moment, it seems that we will be exploring without a map. There's an arrow pointing at a stag station, which would unlock fast travel between this area and others that we've already visited. And so that is going to be my next priority goal. Because it's always nice, to be able to get back to various places quickly. Yeah, the fast travel via the stag stations, I think, is definitely going to become, I think, only more useful over time, because the map in this game is so large and sprawling. It's useful to be able to get places, and I think we're almost there. Yeah, I can go down here, and here's the sign for the stag station. And after a quick, I saw a coral up there. After a quick passage through Fog Canyon, we're now at Queen Station. And we'll check that out in just a moment, but I want to get back to Coral, as I see him sitting here. Hey, buddy. Isn't this something? I'd not expected to discover so huge a stag station after that foggy descent. The bugs of Hallownest must have been an impressive lot, building such grand structures so far into these wilds. Seems the dangerous creatures about haven't made their way in here. It's the perfect place for a quick rest. Alright, great. Can you imagine this place in its time? Hordes of bugs traveling about the kingdom, stag bells ringing, the station bustling with activity and life. Now only our like even know it exists. That's a special thing, I suppose, to cherish these sights, even in their decay. Is it that, just faintly, you can still hear the echo of the bells? Alright, that's all he says. I actually did just hear something a moment ago. Over here. If you listen, you can hear the hum of that shiny thing. I would like to get that shiny thing, but I don't think I have the capabilities to get there just yet. And so for the moment, I'm going to choose to ignore it and instead come over to the stag station. Could update our map, but we don't have a map for this area. However, there is a toll machine to unlock the stag station, and so let's go ahead and grab that. We'll ring the bell to make the stag appear and talk to him and see what he has to say about this particular place. Alright, the last stag. You've opened several stag stations now, haven't you? I'm thankful for the opportunity to once more travel throughout the kingdom. As I visit more places, I feel my memory returning to me, like the stagways of my mind are running once more. Continue to open all the stations and you'll have my deepest gratitude. Alright, so he wants us to unlock these stations as well. Ah, this gladdens me. The Queen Station is opened once more. This place was a bustling hub of travel, well placed for travelers visiting the outer edges of the land. You're quite the explorer to find this place. Eager to travel to Stagways? Just hop on the platform, give me the signal, and we'll soon be on our way. And I think that's all he has to say. Yeah. I've got 437 money, but I don't know that I necessarily want to take a ride anywhere else right now. Instead, let's continue to explore. So the thing that was above me, it looks like up here if I had more jumping capabilities, we might be able to get up there, but right now I can't reach there. So, we'll have to come back for you, because I want you, because you're glowing and sparkly. And I think there's a way to go. Is it over here, or is it over here? Yeah, here's another room. Hello, who are you? Willow. Oh, come in search of treats, have you? I chanced upon a unique little fungus growing right above us. I found it only in the station, and the taste is just divine. This place must have once been quite the hub, built at the border between two lands, that misty drop to the one side and those bulbous growths on the other. Neither place seems particularly welcoming, though, so while my treats last, I think I'll stay right here. Feel free to stop by any time. Though I do like the quiet in the station, a little company is always good for one's health. Alright, thanks, Willow. It's like a almost giraffe-like bug creature hiding out here in the station. But it's nice to have new friends to talk to. It looks like Quirrell has moved on already. And there is one direction we can go back out of this station that goes further on, perhaps towards the bulbous growths that were mentioned before. Fungal wastes. It's yet another area. So just like that, we've been through Fog Canyon, Queen Station, and now the fungal wastes. So a whole bunch of different areas. These guys just spit at you, but don't move very quickly, and so they're relatively easy to deal with. And I see some signs of conifer, some pieces of paper on the ground. So let's head in that direction, because it would be lovely to get another map. And I hear him humming away as well. Is that conifer? Yes, it is. Ah, my short friend. You've caught me at the perfect time. I'm just about finished charting these noxious caverns. A number of people talk about the fact that we're a short little bug. Very territorial types make their homes within this area. I suggest avoiding them where possible. Further below, some strange, thin creatures gave me quite a scare. They seemed an intelligent bunch. In my youth, I'd have braved their caves, but I fear my matured physique wouldn't be able to outrun them were they to turn violent. Purchase a map of the area? Yes, please. Maps are good. Alright, and so Fog Canyon to the left, Queen Station is on this map, with the Stag Station and the bench, and here we are in the fungal wastes. Kind of a sprawling little area. Sprawling little area. It's kind of contradictory, actually. Should watch what I say. There's a potent odor about these caverns, and far worse for me, I suspect. My trunk is quite sensitive, whereas you don't seem to possess a scent organ of any kind. That's true. Other than my eyes, I don't really have anything on my face. Is it that you cannot smell at all? In real life, I actually don't have a very good sense of smell either, so perhaps it's appropriate that I'm controlling this character. Alright, but that seems to be all of Cornifer's conversation options. And based on where we are on the map, it looks like we could go down and left, or somewhere over to the right. Yeah, I guess we can try to go down and left. And these are bouncy things. Can't just jump off of them, however, if I try to down strike, then it gives me a super boost. So that's what I need to do. And then I can dash over, and we can get up to places higher than we normally would be able to. And there's some geo up on the ceiling up there that I would like to get. There we go. Oh, okay, for a moment I kind of fell into a rhythm. There we go. Alright, got all the geo off the ceiling. And here's the little mushroom. And according to the Hunter's Journal, that was called an ambloom. And the guy that we killed before is called a fungoon. Kind of like knowing some of their names. It looked like, yeah, as you walk by, this mushroom in the foreground actually gives a little wiggle. But it's just kind of foreground scenery that you can break. But it's nice that it's, I don't know. There's a lot of things and just kind of like the art and animation of this game that are tremendously alive. Yeah. I am not I'm often not super big on aesthetics when it comes to games, and simple stuff like pixel art is usually good enough for me. But this game is quite beautifully drawn, and it's hard to overlook. In any case, there's some kind of door over here, and it looks like if we came around the other side, we'd be able to unlock it. And yes, it does seem like if we went kind of all the way around the fungal wastes, there'd be a way to do that. And meanwhile, over here, on the lower left of the fungal wastes, there's something that's too high to jump. And so we'll have to remember to come back to that. If and when we get some power-ups that would enable us to jump that high. So I guess I have to go back this way. And we'll try seeing if we can kind of make that circle around and unlock that little shortcut. And along the way, see what other monsters we encounter here in this new area. So let's see, we came down here, we did not travel farther to the right. There's kind of like a little tiny baby version of the fungoon, which is a fungaling. And apparently we also fought a fungified husk. I'm starting to see a pattern in their names here in the fungal waste. Alright, but that one just kind of floats about, doesn't really do anything to harm anybody. And then we've seen those guys before. So yeah, I think that might be kind of all of the new enemies we're encountering in this zone thus far. Alright, some reminders of how to get back to the stag station, and now here it looks like I'm going to need to go up and then further to the right. But is there something over here? I do feel like I heard a little bit of a high-pitched hum. I see something above us. That. And for whatever reason, I think they shoot at you. But that one doesn't seem to have seen me yet. Let's see, that's called a sporg. Detects nearby movement and fires out explosive spores. Explosive, you say? Alright, it was fortunate that I was able to hit that one without it kind of noticing me. There we go. And yes. I thought I heard something humming. Okay, let me get away from the spore. And right below me, there was some kind of room where I thought I saw something glowing. However, it didn't seem to have the jump capabilities to get in there just yet. Alright, seems like we're probably going to have to go higher up over here. Let's grab some geo. That's encrusted in a mushroom on the ceiling. And it doesn't even show that I can go to the right on this map. So this is part that Cornifer hasn't fully sketched out, apparently. And here's a mushroom that comes to life. Ouch. And takes about 4 hits with my current nail. That guy is a Shroomal warrior. Alright, well he definitely was Shroomal. And he definitely is a warrior. Because he's able to attack me, oops, with his heavy body. Which falls down quite nicely. I thought possibly he was going to like go rolling over the edge and I'd be able to hide down here in the corner. But it did not work that way. Alright, and yeah, it seems like this is just kind of a little way that isn't on Cornifer's main map sketch. We fought one of these tiny mushrooms. Actually, there's a lot of these tiny mushrooms. Hello, little tiny mushrooms. Goodbye, little tiny mushrooms. They're shroomlings. Who would have guessed? Alright, and over here... Yep, I do not have the capabilities to go up there just yet. Oh, but I can go this way. Haha. Take that, game. Would try to give me directions that I can't go. So is there going to be something up here at the top? Otherwise, this room was relatively empty. Ooh, that guy can leap over our heads as well. Let's go ahead and heal back up. But I feel like we've explored most of this room, and there really hasn't been much in it. Can I hit you from up here? Yes, I can. Haha. I'm like fully protected here. Oh, unless you do that move. Right. And yeah, alright. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, when that appears on my map after I sit at a bench and can sketch out the areas that I've been to, I'm gonna have to take a look back in that room. Alright, and you might be able to guess, especially if you're looking carefully right here and realize that that's an opening gate that could potentially shut behind us, might be able to guess what's about to happen in this room. Some little mushrooms lure us in, and this background guy comes to life. And likes to, ouch, stomp the ground with his big fat head. And now this guy comes to life too. Alright, so I'm going to use my spell in order to deal some more damage and try to kill off one. Ouch. Very quickly. There we go. Alright, one down. Let's heal back up. I think I'm out of range of the other guy. Alright, and now... yeah, fortunately very slow moving. Okay, and now let's just stay away while you're beating your giant head against the ground. Hooray! Alright, we defeated those guys, and we got a charm notch. That is great. And so basically that means that we now have an extra notch, so we will be able to equip an extra charm next time we sit at a bench. Recall, you can only change your charms while you're at a bench, so that was an extremely useful encounter, because that's going to help us moving forward in order to just kind of have more capabilities available to us at any given point in time. There's a way to go up, as well as a way to go to the right. I happen to know that there's a little something noteworthy right up here, and so let's take a quick diversion up in this direction, but then I do want to continue on to the right. Let's see, I have 558 geo right now. If we go over this way, it gets a little silent, which is always worrisome. But there's a bench here, and there's this crazy guy. Don't try to sneak past me. I can smell you. Leg Eater. That's not a great name. Leg Eater. Do you collect a lot of geo? I was just mentioning that I do, actually. Give me geo, and you can see something nice. Pay to see something nice. Guess we might as well look. In my opinion, it's not going to be worth it at this point. Let me show you then. Take a look. Do you want them? If you really, really want them, I'll trade them for more geo. More geo. So, this guy is a vendor, and he sells various charms. Fragile Heart, Fragile Greed, and Fragile Strength. This one gives you more health. This one causes you to collect more coins, like monsters drop a percentage more extra geo. And this one causes you to hit harder. But perhaps as suggested by the names, they are fragile, which means if you die while you're wearing one of those charms, they break. And I am still not good enough at this game that I feel confident that I'm not going to die a lot. And so spending money in those charms would probably not pay off for me right now. So I've highlighted the map just to see where we are. We're kind of up near the top right. The bench here, as well as the vendor, are now marked on the map with our little pins. That'll be easier to see once I kind of move my head out of the way. And the area that I want to go to is back down and to the right, kind of circling around to where that closed gate was. So that's the direction that I'm going to head to next. And yeah, we're kind of slowly making our way in a very important direction. But along the way, we're picking up some useful things and getting a whole lot more drawn out on our map. Alright. Ooh. You're a surprisingly agile little mushroom there. Ooh! The moment I called him surprisingly agile is the moment he decided to go rolling off into acid and kill himself. I should remember that. If you're battling a difficult monster, compliment them, and perhaps they will kill themselves off. That could be a very useful meta strategy. Alright, still moving further to the right. Let's see, I think we decided you take 3 hits with this nail. Can I hit you from here? Yes. Great. Up here on the right, and you can also kind of see it on the map when my head isn't in the way, there's like some kind of giant door that's kind of all chained up. I don't have a way to open that just yet. And so for now... Okay, here's the Golka, who's going to be firing these things at me. And let's see, after he fires one, I think it takes a while before he can fire again. And it's also the case, yeah, that he can even be hit by his own explosion. And since those things just kind of slowly change direction and move towards you, you can often use that to your advantage in order to kind of kill them off. Alright, that one didn't quite kill him off. Oops! Ouch! And if they do explode and hit you, you saw that that took 2 of my masks off of my life. One thing that I think is interesting and noteworthy in this game is that the damage is so discrete. You start out with basically 5 masks of life, and most everything hits you for 1, and a few things hit you for 2, and I think that's it. And despite kind of those simple life mechanics, the game still manages to have some really tremendous combat and interesting encounters and different things. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's cool. Neat. Managed to kite the explosion over into him. Okay. Once again, there's something over on the right that's not on the map. And I don't remember what it is. So let's walk over this way. Inspect. We remember the Elder. As I walk past some of these kind of living mushrooms, they make a little sound. I don't think I've been able to hear it before because of the music that's been on the screen, but listen. It's just a very tiny little noise. I had never noticed that before. In any case, there's nothing we can do on the screen just yet. But perhaps based on these type of games, some people might be able to guess what's going to happen there in the future. And let's see. All right, we're getting close to circling back around to the gate that we saw from the other side. Uh-oh. Something's coming up from underground. Is it a monster? No. Cloth. Aha! The tiny steps of a tiny creature. You've got the look of an adventurer, so we've much in common. Searching for dangerous places, aye? Well, you're on the right track. A long-necked critter warned me of a tribe deeper down. Warrior sorts, so she says, and I'm itching for some serious combat. Long-necked critter. I wonder if that was that giraffe-like thing that we saw in Queen Station. Keep sharp, my adventurous friend. Stay alive, and let's meet again on the road ahead. All right. All right, and that seems like all that Cloth has to say at the moment. We'll see Cloth again during the courses of our adventure. And let's see, there's some geo up there. And I think I know how I could get there. If my jumping abilities don't suck. So that's kind of a big if. Alright, if I went a little bit further to the right this time, there we go. I can get up to this geo. Another thing that's interesting about the art style of this game, like it manages to do a lot with very little in the way of colors. There's a lot of places where the color palette is just... There aren't a whole lot of different colors on the screen. And despite that, and despite the fact that there's foreground elements and background elements, and, you know, platforms and particle effects and all kinds of things, it's still relatively easy to kind of like see all the things that you need to see in this game. It's well done. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, so good job, game developers, for making a both beautiful as well as still quite readable game. Let's see, from here on the map it looks like, yeah, straight down and to the left would be the place that brings me around to where I got stuck before, so that's the direction that I would like to try to go. So let's see if we can pull that off. This guy goes up in a puff of smoke, so let's wait for that to happen, and then circle back around here, and hopefully this will be the place. Yeah, I think this is going to be the place. That circles back around to where we were before. And it looked like behind the gate that we had seen that there was a lever, and so if that lever is going to unlock a shortcut, then it'll be much easier to get here in the future. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and run past you for now. And you... I could probably try to kill you. And if I dash... Yeah, there we go. Alright, I need to jump up high. There we go. Haha! Great. I find those bouncy purple things to be quite difficult to work quite the way you want them. There was something up there, but we'll come back up there in a moment. But here is the backside of the door or gate that we saw before. And so I was on the other side of this gate, and if I hit this, sure enough, it unlocks the gate. Okay, so now we have a quick way back. Back over to Queen Station, so that is great. So we've got kind of an easier shortcut to get back through this area. And so now we can go explore this little bit. I was just talking about how I'm not good at bouncing on these purple things. And now we found a place where I need to try to bounce on these purple things and fight some monsters, even if they are simple monsters. Just out of reach. Fight some monsters at the same time that I'm doing the bouncing. Oops, hey, Alright, you're dead. One fewer thing to have to worry about. It's also the case that you bounce like a little bit to the left or to the right each time you're on top, even without pressing anything on the controller. And that definitely makes things more difficult to control. Ouch. That's okay. Alright, let's go down here. You have to be standing on the ground in order to focus your soul to heal. So let's go ahead and do that for just a moment. Let me try to kill this guy. Oops. I hope I don't have to do editing in this tiny section to make this watchable. There we go. Oh. I'm really poor at the timing on these, though. There we go. Okay, I made it up here. Shoo. That did not take too long. I am embarrassed, but not too embarrassed by my performance there. Now I forget, is there something back down there, or is that just a shortcut? Yeah, there is something down here, but it looks like it's just a Geo. But that's okay, we like Geo. Oh, and then there is a shortcut back down there, I remember. We can fall back down. And so I might go that way on the way back, but then I think there's something over here as well. Oops. Ah. No, no. Ah. Okay. Gonna kill you. And now that I have space, I can go land over here. Okay, great. Oh, do you hear that? There's a grub. I hear him. I'm coming to save you, buddy. It was all worth it. All of the embarrassment, all the bouncing. We managed to save another grub. And listen to his happy noise when he got rescued. I'm very happy about that. Okay, I'd forgotten that guy was up here. And then I can just go down here. That's a nice little shortcut back. And let's go ahead and continue down this way. And see what we can find. I hear someone walking around. It sounds like just another one of those little mushrooms who scoots along the ground. Oops, and there is a Golka. Oh, I almost got hit by the explosive ball. Alright, there's a place. We're kind of here in the bottom of Fungal Wastes, and there's a place to the left that I can't go because I can't jump high enough. So we'll try to remember that. And over here... Yeah, where are we headed over here? Oh, hello. We have a new creature. Ouch. Alright, I think that was 4 hits to kill. And if we take a look in the Hunter's Journal, which I think is over here. Mantis warrior, member of a proud tribe, fiercely protective of its territory, launches savage attacks with bladed forelimbs. So the mantises, they're actually not too bad to deal with, so there's a flying one as well. That is a mantis youth. Yeah, once you learn their attack patterns, but until you do, ouch, or sometimes even if you do, they can be difficult to deal with. Because they do have quite a range on their attack as they kind of lunge at you, and then swing their kind of bladed forearms. Alright, and I think it's also possible, actually, yeah, you can pogo on their head, kind of like that. I'm not particularly good at that move, as you might suspect after seeing me trying to pogo on the purple mushrooms. Alright, looks like we're near an edge over here. Can't tell if there's a door behind this guy or what there was, but let's go ahead and finish this guy off first. And we'll try to look. Inspect. Wanderers seeking death, welcome. May you find swift end upon our claws. Alright, that's quite the welcome. From the Mantis tribe over here, and is there anything hidden over here? Looks like the type of place that there would be something hidden, but in this case, perhaps not. Alright, here's another Mantis youth. Hello. Alright, you jump high enough in order to actually hit you. Alright, fortunately he managed to miss the last time because I aimed poorly. Okay, we are kind of off the map at this point. It would be great to find another bench. But for the moment, it seems that we are just kind of exploring on our own. Okay, there's a Mantis warrior over there. And it looks like it's just going to circle around, and so I can actually probably just avoid this guy by heading down here. There's another one. There's way further down. Yeah, let's try going even further down and avoid that guy as well. And this is an interesting... I don't know, it almost looks like there's a giant beetle hiding below me or something in the ground over there. Aha! And here's signs of a bench. Explicitly. Alright, so somewhere down here there's a bench, and so let's go looking for that, because I was just saying how it would be nice to have a new save point down in this direction. Alright, you... Ouch. Need to go. There we go. Let's heal back up. And if I look down... Oh, more of these purple things. Great, but bench is getting closer. Alright, there's a Mantis warrior below me. Oops. I'm just going to run past him. Here's the bench sign. And here's the bench. Terrific. And our map is updated, so we can actually see where we just came through. We're in a place called the Mantis Village. And it looks like there's something to the left, as well as to the left above me. And so if we go exploring this way, what will we find? There's someone over there. It's got kind of an orange glow in the eyes, which reminds me of when we first found Sly, back in one of the first couple of episodes. Downstairs, he was in some house and also seemed to be in a trance with kind of an orange glow in his eyes. We had to wake him up. So it looks like someone else who's kind of under that spell, as it were. So perhaps we'll be able to go rescue them as well. Here's something. Dashmaster. That's a new charm. And it reads... Bears the likeness of an eccentric bug known only as the Dashmaster. The bearer will be able to dash more often, as well as dash downwards. Perfect for those who want to move around as quickly as possible. Yes, to equip charm, open up charms menu at the bench. I remember. So I guess that's the Dashmaster, memorialized in statue form right over here. But it doesn't appear that there's a way to get over to that other bug just yet. Just make sure I haven't missed anything over here. Any secret walls. And the Dashmaster, basically, yeah, it looks like you could almost break through that floor, maybe from the other side or something. Alright, I don't know how to rescue you yet, but I'll remember that you're there. Dashmaster, I'll put it on really quick, just to kind of show it off. It's the type of charm that a number of people, depending upon your playstyle, will probably like a lot. I do not. But quickly, here's how fast you can dash normally. So there's kind of a cooldown between your dashes. Oh, I can equip another charm too, because we got a charm notch. I forgot about that. Let me just put on Dashmaster really quick. And just show that now, if I want to dash, there's hardly any cooldown between your dashes. And so if you're just trying to run around the map as fast as possible, and you can also dash downward, then you might like Dashmaster. But I'm not typically in so much of a hurry, and I find that such fast movement makes me crash into monsters more often than not. So I had been wearing the Stalwart shell. We have the Soul Catcher, we have Steady Body, and we have Thorns of Agony. Thorns of Agony I like a lot, because I do tend to take a bit of damage, and it basically hits back when you get hit. And so I'm going to put the Stalwart shell back on, as well as Thorns of Agony, now that I have the extra charm notch. And we'll get a chance. I don't remember if we've had a chance to see what Thorns of Agony actually does. But there's one more place over to the left that we've not yet explored. We'll probably get a chance to see Thorns of Agony while I try to fight this Mantis. Right there. So you may have seen, after he hit me, all of a sudden there was like, I don't know, it's almost like a black lightning bolt or something that kind of goes popping out of me. And those are the thorns, and so they deal a fair amount of kind of reciprocal damage back at attackers. And, okay, you need to die. And I should remember that I can hit with this thing as well. And that will help finish you off. Oops, I'm healing up, but I didn't need to heal, so I just wasted some soul there. There was one other exit out of this room, over to the left, and I would like to try to get to it. But I guess first we'll get this guy aggroed so that we can go ahead and kill him. Okay, I can't make that jump. Oops, hey. How do I make that jump then? What am I missing here? Ouch. Oh dear. Alright, I know I can do this and get over here. Is there another way up over here? How do I make it up over there? I feel like I should be able to bounce higher off of this thing. There we go. Than I was succeeding at before. Great. And let's go ahead and, yeah, hit you with one of these. Because then I think after that, is it only one more hit? Yeah, to finish you off. That's pretty good. So here's our other exit out of this room. More places where we can continue to expand the map. And now we're into... Alright, if I want to get up here, I can probably do that. Oops, there's a guy in the ceiling. The Mantis Village. Alright, so now it's actually become a named area. And yeah, I guess you can see me kind of going off of the map over there. Alright, let's see. If I do that, yeah, I need to really react quickly with my dash if I want to get away. If I want to get kind of a preemptive strike on these guys. Alright, you guys I feel pretty good about dealing with. And yeah, it seems like their attacks are often kind of imprecise as well. And so it seems like a lot of the times they go just kind of like striking just above my head. So they're not great at aiming their attacks, it feels like. Can I hit you through the floor? Now you're woken up and you're coming after me. So we'll go ahead and try to finish you off as well. Once more. Great. And let's see. No easy way to go up there. Down here. What do we have? Oops, another Mantis. Hello. Alright, once I get hit, by virtue of the fact that I am wearing the Stalwart Shell, which gives me... Oh, I see. That's opening a door right above me. Okay, so now I can go back to the top and jump across there. It gives me more invincibility frames, coupled with the fact that... what was I saying? Charms. Right. These kind of work well together. I have more invincibility frames, and I just hit back. And so basically it means that after I've kind of taken a bit of damage, I can kind of stand there for a moment and face tank a guy. And I have the invincibility frames to work with, and I've already done some damage back to him with the thorns. And so it often means that I can finish off a bad guy. And so if I make a mistake, I can just kind of mash on the buttons in order to get through it and get past it. Alright, there's something glowy over there. I was just talking about how these guys always miss, and then that guy hits me. Not very nice, Mantis youth. Alright, I want to get the glowy thing. And it turns out I know what this is, and it's one of the best items in the game. So, let's check it out. Taken, the Mantis Claw. Press A while sliding against a wall to jump again. Jump from wall to wall to reach new areas. It's a wall jump. And it's amazing. It's rather effortless to use, just in terms of the control scheme, and it gives you tremendous mobility relative to what you have before it. It looks like there's a whole rack of Mantis Claws over here, but now I have one. Now I can do wall jumps. Now I can slide down walls, and this opens up a number of possibilities to travel to places that we were previously unable to travel to. And so that's one of the biggest mobility upgrades that you get. At least it feels like it is. I suppose some of that might be due to the fact that you get it relatively early in the game. I suppose perhaps maybe some of the other mobility upgrades would feel as big if you got them earlier, but a lot of them are kind of buried later in the game. Okay, so it looks like there's a way to travel back through the fungal waste over here, but actually that's not where I want to go right now. Is it? Yeah, it's actually not. So I've got a little bit of stuff on my map over here, but we'll have to come back and visit that once again in the future. I want to try to finish up this little portion of the village, and then we'll probably go back to the bench, and that'll probably be a good place to call things an episode for today, but there still are some other things over here. So basically as a chance to kind of practice with the Mantis Claw, we've got kind of a tiny parkour course. Oops! Which I'm running to perfection. So yeah, it gives you a good chance to kind of practice the combination of using your dash as well as the Mantis Claw to slide down walls and things. But there's a place to get some geo over here, so we'll try to do some fancy moves in order to get that. And I thought I just heard a sparkly, actually. Maybe I'm making that up. Always trying to listen for secret places and items and things. Alright, here is a thing that will unlock the store, kind of a shortcut back. Although I don't know that we need to travel through that little section ever again. So we'll grab some more geo. And let's see, there's another Mantis Warrior on the ceiling over there. I see, I went off the screen, and so all these guys, these little guys, have respawned. Oops. That's okay. we'll go ahead and kill him off. And since we have the Mantis Claw, previously we wouldn't be able to get back this way, but now I can actually climb back up this wall. Yeah, and so tremendous more mobility that I have now. And the bench is just right back down here. Yeah, and so I'm actually just going to kind of skip past all these guys, go sit on the bench, and next time we will do some more exploring now that we have the Mantis Claw, and see what we can manage to find and what trouble we can get ourselves into. So I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you again soon with more Hollow Knight. Bye-bye.